right. Jesus Christ.
Recording. Let's go.
Oh my God. And we were so excited last time. We were all like, all right, we're back after like a summer. Well, technically summer's over now. Like now today's the first official day of fall. So our summer break is over, right?
And the weather is not playing. It is cold as fuck. And yeah, you know what? We got lives. When people wonder like where the fuck we went, we have girlfriends, we have jobs, there's money to be made, there's sex to have, there's fights to get through.
I just want to correct for people for if my wife is listening out there, I do not have a girlfriend. I have a wife. You said we have girlfriends, like she's not supposed to know about that.
All right, but I mean the main point is I'll be
busy
with one partner or multiple, possibly at the same time. There's sex to be had. There's work to be done. Miguel's a scientist. He's like a Reed Richards, just way shittier.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm like I want to say a Forge, just exponentially not Forge, and I'm also incapable of creating anything. I guess we only overlap in the fact that we're Hispanic. That's about it.
Forge is Hispanic? Forge isn't Hispanic, bro. He's Native American.
Oh, shit. Then never mind. I'm nothing like Forge.
You're nothing like Forge, dude.
I thought Forge was South American or Mexican.
Nah, bro. He's Native American. I think he's like Cherokee or something. I don't know. You're like him. Jesus Christ.
I am nothing like Forge. Moving forward, we're back.
Yes, we're back. Obviously, Legion on Zoom. We're excited. This is Miguel. I'm happy to be back with my boy Ches. The fucking Actually, and I wanted to share too, like, because I know we've been fucking busy. I've been traveling for work, and then I also had weddings. I had 2 weddings, back-to-back fucking weddings.
That sounds exhausting.
That's exhausting. That's terrible. And also, because like if they would have been farther away, it would have been easy. Oh, like I can't go, right? But they're like Long Island and Hoboken, right fucking there. I had to go. So, but I did it, right? But one thing that was actually really fucking cool, because I was part of the wedding, the first one. My bro Victor Del Bene got married, and so congrats to you and Molly.
Shout out.
Yeah. He gifted me, because I was one of the groomsmen, this awesome fucking it's like a pen holder.
That is dope.
So for those of you not watching us up on YouTube, I got this awesome Darth Vader kneeling with his hands out, like where you would put his lightsaber to give. Just fucking, but it's a pen holder. Because also I got a new office, because now I'm faculty and shit. So I got my own office. So now this is where I'm gonna put that. To have that there, and then I got myself this beautiful pen.
Woo!
Look at this shit. Look
Go
at
on
that,
YouTube, folks. Go on YouTube. Give us money just for this footage.
Yes, give us money so I can spend money on stupid shit like this. Like I bought myself Star Wars official 10 lightsabers. I have 3. They're all like the this is the red for Darth Vader. We have
blue and
green and blue. Yeah. Like for Ben and Luke. I mean,
also,
eventually Luke, but and Anakin too. Exactly.
Also, I mean, I was thinking Yoda, but also you got the Darth Vader because you become a part of the Empire.
Oh.
You're faculty now.
At an Ivy League, bro.
So if you didn't see that, it wasn't just because of the pen. You're a Sith. You're an academic Sith now.
Exactly.
You're part of the problem.
Oh, you're part of the problem. Fucking fall into the Empire. Listen to us, man. All right, that's dope. I'm okay with that. I appreciate fucking Darth Vader. As fucked up as he was.
Dude, listen. I didn't appreciate Darth Vader until I did a full Star Wars watch through, episodes 1 through 7. Now I'm a massive Darth Vader sympathizer. Anakin's story is one of the best fictional tales ever written in its entirety, from the moment that he was a kid to the moment that he died. That is one of the best stories ever written. Fuck a Tolkien. Fuck a fucking
George Martin, like from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Who wrote 1984? Fuck a George Orwell. Yeah. Fuck a George R. R. Martin, bro. George Lucas in Anakin Skywalker. I think he unintentionally wrote one of the most epic fucking stories for a singular human being's development going from bad to good that I've ever seen. It's also one of the most fleshed out ever.
Well, yes. If I'm glad that I'm happy to hear you say that, and don't even get me started. Today's episode isn't about Star Wars, but we will get into Star Wars for sure soon. We haven't reviewed Obi-Wan Kenobi. We should probably review that, and we should review Andor, which just came out,
and the Mandalorian,
for sure. But we're gonna get into this. But yeah, I'm glad you say that, because I fucking love Anakin Skywalker, man. I love Darth Vader, and you say all of that without having seen the Clone Wars.
All of that.
Bro, you gotta watch Clone Wars, because if you think Anakin's story is fleshed out enough with the prequel movies, no, Clone Wars does it all. Clone Wars really, really fucking it shows exactly how Anakin starts to go, is manipulated to go into the dark side.
Where does Clone Wars fall in the timeline? Do you know?
What do you mean?
I forgot. I've heard it a bunch of times. In between what episodes of the movies do we get Clone Wars? 2 and 3,
between episode 2 and 3.
Shit.
Yeah. Because episode
so it's
2,
really in the meat.
Yeah, episode 2 is Attack of the Clones, so that's when the Clone Wars starts, and then episode 3 is when the Clone Wars ends, right? Obviously, with everything going to shit, and Order 66 gets enacted, and all the fucking Jedi get killed, and all that kind of stuff. And so Clone Wars basically is in between episode. It's after episode 2 and covers episode 3. The last season of the Clone Wars supposedly is happening while the events in episode 3 is happening, but we're seeing Ahsoka's story in the last season for primarily. And so because we know what happens with Anakin and Obi-Wan, so we don't need to see that in animated style. But
it's the origin story of what's her name, the first sister, the actress who got a lot of racial pushback.
Yes,
she was black.
Ingrid mostly, something like that, right?
Yeah. I forgot the actual character's name aside from her code name being first sister.
Yes, so Moses Ingram, and she played Reva. Reva. Reva Savandra, which I think is first sister, third sister, or something like that.
Yeah,
from the Inquisitors, exactly.
Which, for the record, the only thing I hated about her thing in Obi-Wan, which I know we're not talking about, but that bullshit scene where she's a fake Batman, where she's on the rooftops, that is no.
Yeah. Actually, we should rewatch it, so we should review it, because I don't remember all the things, and I had a lot of feelings. I had a lot of feelings. I'm happy to fucking get into it, man. But yes, I fucking love Star Wars. I really appreciate this fucking pen holder that I got.
That shit is dope.
With my
it looks 3D printed because it's faceted, a super polygon.
Exactly. I think it is. I think it's 3D printed for sure. And I'm gonna have my red pen fucking right on Darth Vader's hand. So when fucking students give me some shitty ass fucking work, when it's the shit I'm gonna use.
You mark that shit like a Sith.
That's fucking right. All right. But yes. We'll dive into more Star Wars soon. But for today, we wanted to update all of you on the news. There's been quite a bit of comic book news over the last month since the last time we recorded. That we kind of want Marvel news, DC news. We want to get into it, right? It. But I think the first one, right, to get us started, just news that just came out fucking today. That Tom Hardy apparently went incognito, enrolled himself in a jiu-jitsu open in Brazil, and apparently fucking won.
Which, by the way, he did that as a blue belt, which we're going to a bit deeper into that, because I think that's just one notch above a white belt. And second, all he did to go incognito was grow a beard.
No,
that dude, that's all. What else did he do? It's not like he had fucking highlighter.
No. Exactly.
All he did was grow a beard.
Exactly. I'm looking at the photos right now online. It's Tom Hardy. I think it was just because it was in a random jiu-jitsu tournament in Brazil. Well, no, it wasn't a random. So it's the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Open Championship. Right? It's a competition held by Ultimate Martial Arts Competitions at Oak Grove School in somewhere. And so Oh no, it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I thought he was in Brazil.
No, yeah, no, this is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And on that note, on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, since I kind of follow it because I'm a big fan of the Joe Rogan podcast, shout out to Gordon Ryan on winning the Abu Dhabi Fight Club. Fuck, that dude is the GOAT.
Oh shit! I don't know any of this.
Yeah. You get enough exposure when you straight up just listen to nonstop hours of Joe Rogan because you have no life. Yeah, so Gordon Ryan is like the Michael Jordan of jiu-jitsu. Aside from the Gracies, which everyone knows who they are, he's like the new, like the dude's like and maybe 20 something.
Damn.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. But aside from that, anyway, Tom Hardy, even though, of course, as you guys know, I like to snorkel in the comment sections of the interwebs and not participate. I am the epitome of a lurker. People are talking shit like, oh, he's just a blue belt, yada, yada, this, that, and the third. He got off his ass and he did something. Never mind that bullshit where, oh, the best coaches. No. He was on his ass. He got off his ass and he did something repeatedly and became good at it.
Yeah.
So for anybody who wants to talk shit, just focus on that. What are you doing to get off your ass repeatedly and become good at something?
Jesus Christ. I myself feel fucking like, do I even do the fucking, we gotta get up and fucking bust ass like that, man. Especially like for physical shit like jiu-jitsu. God damn, man. He fucking put his mind to this and did it.
Exactly. And also, come on, let's keep it real. If Bane, not Tom Hardy, like because I know he played Bane, people are saying, oh, Bane is good at jiu-jitsu. No. Separating the actor from the character. If Bane became good at jiu-jitsu, at Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and because they actually are two different martial arts. Brazilian jiu-jitsu is not the same as just straight up jiu-jitsu.
Right.
If Bane on Venom went up against Batman straight on Brazilian jiu-jitsu, Batman might not stand the chance because at that point you're doing it with like an anaconda.
Jesus Christ.
Bane would like wrap himself around your body, just press the venom button if he can get to it, and just squeeze you until like all your veins are blue. Like,
come on, Batman can do, but Batman can. You don't think Batman's trained and ready for that, bro? Come on, dude. Batman's better than that shit.
Not to go up against a venomed up Bane in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. To be honest, I think that's like the one thing Batman would avoid with Bane is getting in his grips. Like straight up, that's literally the worst place for Batman to ever be against Bane. It's fully in his grip. Like, especially since Bane is a wrestler on top of that, or a quote-unquote luchador, how he's portrayed, which is not the same thing as a wrestler.
It's confusing, yeah. Like, is he a luchador, or like what the hell's going on?
Yeah, that weird motif has been carried on for an oddly long time because his origin is like he was raised in prison on Santa Prisca,
right?
But there's no hint of like him being a luchador. But there has been hinted that like he adopted the mask because of his Hispanic tradition, but he's from Spain, not Mexico.
It just goes to show, right? Like at DC and like in most comic book industries, right? They don't really have almost anybody of color there to just go like, wait, like I feel like no white person went like, yeah, that sounds about right. You know, like none of them went like, wait, what? Why is he a luchador? But he's from Spain, and you know, like
yeah, like they gave him the mask. He was like, that looks about right.
That's exactly that sounds about. That looks about right.
Yeah,
Jesus,
go ahead and print that.
Man, all right, but so Tom Hardy we saw, so that's fucking cool. Tom Hardy, so now we're excited to see him. Well, now we're not excited to see him as Venom again, but at least it's cool to see he can kick ass, you know. And then I'd like to see him do a good movie, not fucking Venom.
Like it's nice to be excited about Tom Hardy again,
right?
Which we hadn't had in years. It's like, oh man, you're doing another Venom.
Exactly, but something we are excited now for fucking it'll be again is. We have Keanu fucking Reeves is coming back as Constantine.
Bro, my dick got hard when I heard that.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of those things like you never thought you'd hear, but people always say, oh, this shit deserves a sequel. This shit deserves a sequel. Fucking Constantine 2 from 15 years. Like, for a second, I was about to drink coffee and I just put my cup down because that's just like it just got me kind of passionate for a second. So it's like, think about all the times that sequel has been denied because there's no way that hasn't been suggested. And for some reason, some group of assholes who think they know better than the people that pay to go see the movie are like, nah, we don't need that. That's the shit I don't understand. People who don't pay to go see the movies decide which movies are made. These people aren't buying tickets for this shit. So a group of individuals was like, even though people want that, let's not do that. Let's do something else. And then we got the CW Constantine, which is great. I forgot the actor's name, but he was pretty comic book accurate. But the Keanu Reeves Constantine, it's an alternate universe that just works.
Yeah, because I've heard a lot of people complaining for, at some point, well, not a lot of people because everybody loves Keanu Reeves, but I've heard some people complain that his Constantine, right, isn't very comic accurate, right? Like it's not. So people have had feelings about that, but come on, man, it was still a fucking great movie.
That movie was dope. You had a perfect circle on the soundtrack. Ooh. Come on, dude, just based off of that. By the way, go listen to that song. I forgot the name. I think it's called
what was it? Yeah. The something.
Perfect Circle. No, I don't want to say Change Me because that's not the name.
No. It's I got it. I'm looking it up right now, man, because I loved that album. I loved all that. It was called.
Which album was it off of? Mir de Noms?
No, it was not Mir de Noms. It was because it's just now taking too long. I thought I had it in the moment. Jesus fucking Christ, this is gonna kill me. Continue talking.
Well, but yeah, anyway, the point is we got that awesome ass movie back.
It's called that we don't Passive.
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 So too bad that we don't get Shia LaBeouf because he died, but hopefully we get that same Satan again. I forgot who played that character. I've seen him in other movies, but I hope we get that same one.
Peter Stormare.
Yeah. He played my god.
Swedish actor. He's phenomenal. Yeah.
Dude. I get goosebumps just thinking about it. Like I might even watch that movie tonight because his Lucifer was so good when he came out. Like the nuances of like him being like gentle for a second and like the lizardry of the tongue and the slight tribal tattoos coming through oh my god, and then Gabriel being androgynous oh my god, that movie was amazing.
That movie was good.
Was amazing.
Jesus Christ. Well, we got that to look forward to now. So finally they gave it the green light, and so people go watch Constantine, the original one, and then hopefully the sequel should come out. I don't know, in a couple of years, probably.
You know what would be crazy? Since it's fucking Constantine, if this shit is so wild, like they cross like universes, and you get the other Constantine working with Keanu Reeves.
Ooh, is that?
That's one of the few movies where that shit would work.
Probably. I don't know, man. I don't know. I like still keep it self-contained.
Yeah.
Once you mention multiverse, I feel I don't trust DC, and they're gonna have some Ezra Miller crazy fucking shit happen. I'm like, I flat. No.
Dude, that's a whole nother fucking basket of eggs. I cannot believe we're still getting that movie after that shit. This dude literally went on a crime spree. A literal crime spree, and that movie is still getting released. And if there's no like weird behavior clause in the contract, this motherfucker is still gonna get any back end points he negotiated.
Well, apparently the screenings or something of the movies have been doing well for that Flash movie. We'll have to wait and see, but exactly, it's incredible that they haven't just fucking fired him, but they have fired they did cancel another movie, which we'll get into soon.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of shit. There's a bunch of fucking shit from DC that we got to talk about. Actually, we should just fucking dive into that right now. How about
But
that?
real quick though, allow me to just play devil's advocate and a quick shout out to Ezra Miller because you got to go on a crime spree and your movie still gets released. Who does that nowadays? You don't see that.
Exactly. No, but come on, you see that because he's a white male, right? That's why he's getting that extra privilege, man, to do that. Because then the movie with the Afro Latina superhero, that gets canceled, man. Batgirl movie got canceled. This is already a while ago. We've all been suffering through this, I guess, because it was gonna have Michael Keaton as fucking Batman. Our good old J. Jonah Jameson again as Commissioner Gordon. Jesus, man, like I don't know. What I think you have some thoughts about that.
I definitely have some thoughts. So the movie got canceled, right? By the buyout, I guess if you want to call it, or like the union of Discovery and Warner Brothers. I feel like at one point we're just gonna be under like one massive entertainment company. Like Disney has bought Warner Brothers Discovery. Like what? What is happening? Like whoever's the executive of all that shit is like the All Father. Like it's some wild shit. Like fucking Office. The dude sits on a throne. But anyway, so put it like this. So that shit got axed. There was a big hoopla on the internet. I noticed no one really stopped to think like, what if the movie was really that fucking bad? Because they saw it and canceled it. Bro, at least Schumacher was like, even though it was decades late, like, yeah, those movies suck. I was supposed to sell toys. That's why I made them. But yet the directors of this movie were like, oh, our project, our lovely art project. What if the movie sucked? What if they like were to release that shit and we all thought it was a giant piece of shit? We'd be eating our words.
Nah, I don't think so. I doubt it. Let's think this through. Because, like, for instance, one, how many shitty fucking movies DC Warner Bros. Has already put out anyway, right?
Pre-Discovery.
I don't know if that's true.
Because maybe now they're just in a phase like, yo, we're not tolerating this bullshit. Like, we watch something and it sucks. It's not making it. Where I felt like the executives of the past had some weird self-justification for certain things. Things got canceled. Things went through. You know what I mean? Like, look at the Snyder Cut in itself. That shit was a whole debacle. And it exposed how much the executives at Warner Brothers are built with this inane like thing. Like, they're not even thinking as fans. I don't even know how they're thinking. They just like to exercise power in a weird, what's the word? Masturbatory fashion.
All right.
Yeah, like that's the only word. It's like a masturbatory fashion to how they would exercise their power. Things would just get canceled at random, and it just like for no reason.
I don't know. I'm still kind of shocked because how do you not think, because it was supposed to be for HBO Max, and so how are you still not gonna make money off of it, right? Like I don't. And so that's the part that I'm like, it's gonna have Michael Keaton. Like, come on, but I felt I just didn't think they were gonna make enough money on HBO Max for it that they decided they'd save money writing it off as a tax something. And then I don't know. I think it would have still been good, and at least so far from what we've seen, what the director duo was working on the film. You know, they've done some good stuff with Miss Marvel and what they did Bad Boys or something, right? Too, and like it's like it can't be terrible.
No, which is fine, but like you never know, because it's not like they just canceled it before it started production. The shit got finished, bro.
Pretty
when
much.
You hear that a finished movie before any edits or reshoots, I believe, was like, nah, we're not dropping this. Jesus. Like, yo, they watched it and they were like, nah, we're not dropping this.
Yo, but that's fucked up though, right? Because come on, man, it is still like people worked on it.
Listen,
no?
listen, I get you. I'm all for that. I'm behind the crew, the directors, but nobody's discussing the what if it was that bad. It's like if it's for some reason that chance doesn't exist, and it very much does. Very much.
It might. I'll give you that. You're right. There might have been, but I feel all the more reason why I would love to watch it. If it's that bad, like, come on. Like,
I agree with that too. But it's like, if anything, like if it was that bad, I'd rather it almost not release. Just because I don't want to face the reality of just another shitty Batman movie.
Yeah.
After so many good ones, we go back to the 90s.
Yeah, because imagine if it's so bad, not so bad where you think it's like funny to watch. No, that it's actually crosses some other border, and where it's no longer, it's so bad it could potentially hurt the human race. like these people saw this. People like, I'm thinking some like Indiana Jones kind of thing, Lost Ark, like where faces were melted, and so then they're like, we have to put this away.
Like, that's what I was gonna say. Like, what if those execs did like what like ancient priests did? You know what I mean? Exactly. And just like, we need to seal this, never to be seen by the eyes of man.
I know, and I can see people telling them, but no one's gonna believe you. Like, you're gonna be hated for your decision. They're like, this is a burden that I must carry for the greater good. Just like, all right, well, that's now got me thinking differently.
Like, imagine like the execs after the screening, like in their private room, like, oh my god.
I heard one of them committed suicide after watching it.
I believe you. That is a totally uncorroborated story. But
all right, well, that explains that cancellation of Batgirl, right? At least, all right, I can believe that they did it for the greater good of humanity. but what about all the other HBO Max cancellations that they've done? Which some of the bigger ones, where we just talked about Constantine, you know, that they were gonna make a new one, and you know,
with the same actor, right?
Yeah. From the no, I don't know. Actually, I don't think it was gonna be the same actor from CW. I think they were gonna do a new one. Yeah, and this was gonna be led by J.J. Abrams. Because come on, we know J.J. Abrams does fucking great shit. And also, obviously, one of the bigger other ones was the Batman: The Caped Crusader, like the basic reboot of the animated series. That also HBO Max, Warner Brothers Discovery conglomerate, whatever, were like, nah, we good.
Yeah, and a Madam Web show.
No. Madam Web, that's something else. That's you mean Madam X. They had Madam X.
Who's Madam X?
I don't fucking know. You're more the DC guy than me.
No, I don't know. I really think it was a Madam Web show.
Madam Web is a movie that Sony is making. That's Spider-Man.
Oh, I'm bugging. Okay, yeah, I'm bugging.
Yeah, you're bugging.
Yeah, I am bugging. Who the fuck is Madam X? I legit do not know. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know about that, man.
For some reason in my brain, I hear Madam, I think Web. So it's like, who the fuck is actually Madam X?
Oh, Madame Xanadu. That's
Madam Xanadu. Yeah. Madam. So she's like the Madam Web of DC.
Yes, I guess something like that. Yes,
like a fortune teller, magical type. Oh, Madam Xanadu actually appears in the
Young
Justice as a hot ass gypsy lady who helps out what's her name? Zatanna.
Yes.
And Madam Xanadu's fucking bad. But yeah, you know what? That one I can see it. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, but a Constantine series and the Batman
by J.J. Abrams. Woo.
At least what we know, and he's also behind, I think, the Batman: The Caped Crusader, reboot, which keeps a lot of the awesome creatives from the original series. At least from what we've heard, is that it is getting shopped out, and apparently, like Apple, Netflix, Hulu, I believe, are like strongly interested in freaking take it. So we're gonna see the show. Like the other companies won't be dumb enough to just go like, now we good.
For which one? Constantine?
Batman: The Caped Crusader.
Oh, Batman. For a second, I wish a part of me was like, I wish you made Constantine. I don't need another Batman show. As crazy as it sounds, I'm good on Batman shit. Not that I don't want more. I want the existing stuff extended. Did they cancel the remake of Batman the Animated Series?
That's literally what we've been talking about, bro.
No.
That's
Oh,
called the Batman the Caped Crusader.
okay, see.
That's
Okay.
what we've been
I got,
talking about.
I got confused with the name. That's why.
You good, bro? Come on, man.
No, yeah.
Exactly.
No. I got confused with the name because I didn't know it was called that. But I remember that they canceled the remake of Batman the Animated Series, which goes to show like they are fucking bugging at Discovery. They're fucking bugging.
Exactly. So we don't know what's going on with them, but at least we'll see if there is something good that comes out of that Black Adam movie, right? I don't know. We got a new trailer. We got to see most of the Justice Society. I don't know. What do you think, Ches?
I'm skeptical because I like it looks great, but I'm scared of this whole thing where I'm seeing The Rock playing The Rock in a new tech garb that's gonna be like the standard for superheroes going forward if you're that brolic like a John Cena. But at the same time, it's like watching the movie, like I'm grateful. Yo, fuck, we got an awesome Dr. Fate. Like the other lineup, it's like iffy at best. You get like Cyclone, you get the no, not the Adam Smasher.
Adam Smasher.
You get Hawkman who looks dope.
So dope.
But at the same time, it's like, where is this going? Because I think The Rock is playing too hard on this whole thing of like the new era of the DC universe is about to change. And like, motherfucker, we just invested a shit ton of time in Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, crazy ass fucking Ezra Miller, like Jason Momoa is still coming out with Aquaman 2. Like,
Ben Affleck, man, too. Come on.
Oh, dude, not to mention not the best Batman of all time, but top 3. Like, but what is happening? Like, what is going on? Like, yo, DC, like, what is this like a restart? And or like, are the other characters still in the same universe? Or are you just splitting this? Is this like, because this can begin in a whole new universe? Because at the same time, you cannot make a Black Adam movie and not have people wonder, when is Zachary Levi gonna step in?
And so for us to know for a fact that the Shazam movies are in the same universe as this more like heavy duty gritty action film from Black Adam, it's like that's gonna be crazy to see. It's gonna be sounds bananas, but we'll see. You know, I'm skeptical, but I'm going in with a little bit of an open mind. The trailer looks fun. You know, it does look like a pretty cool action film. I hope it's a good movie in and of itself, and then I hope it kind of makes sense with the rest of the DC fucking universe.
I'm hoping for that because it already looks like it doesn't make sense. Because out of nowhere, they're introducing the Justice Society, and Amanda Waller knows about them, which doesn't make any sense.
Oh, you're right. Right. Amanda Waller is in the movie.
Yeah, she's talking to them on the screen, they're her go-to for when an ancient evil arises. You know what I mean? So it's like they've been around. If Amanda Waller knows, their jet is coming up from. It could be either Hawkman's mansion, because you can have old ass relics that make him rich, or they can try and somehow justify that Fate doesn't live in the Tower of Fate, but he's just a rich ass motherfucker. They could go either or with that. You know what I mean? It could be Aldous Hodge that's rich, which that's the actor's name,
right?
Or who's actually Hank Hall? That's his name, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Carter Hall.
Yeah, Carter Hall. The fuck is Hank Hall?
Yeah, I know that sounds like something though. Hank Hall.
Yeah. Sounds pretty valid. Or Dr. Fate, who I'm not even gonna try and guess his name. But like, I think either one of them owns that mansion. It can't be that that's like the HQ of the JSA, who's been around all this fucking time and had nothing to do with what was going on during the whole Snyder thing. They have to make it make sense, or it's a different universe, and Amanda Waller is that same version of like our Commissioner Gordon, where he's the same everywhere.
Yeah. Or like J. Jonah Jameson, who was Joy Jonah Jameson in the Tobey Maguire films, and he was also J. Jonah Jameson in the Tom Holland films, right? So like that it's just one of those things that it doesn't make sense, but you know.
which even that by its standards is fine. But for if it's in the same universe, for Amanda Waller to be addressing the JSA, they better explain that.
Yeah.
There's no way they can't, because like, where the fuck were you guys? Especially Dr. Fate during all that crazy shit with Superman. Like the one person that could have tamed this dude with magic, the fuck were you doing?
Yeah. God, they gotta explain
his
this.
ascot and shit. Like
he's like, nah, I'm good. Somebody else can take care of this. We'll see what happens.
Pierce Brosnan is fate. I never thought I would say that. That's wild to me. I don't care about anybody else. Like, yo, congrats to Oldest Hodge. Congrats to the Spanish dude that's playing Atom Smasher. You got that. Congrats to the chick that's playing fucking Cyclone. Good for you. Pierce Brosnan is Dr. Fate.
Bro, James Bond fucking Golden Eye is playing fucking Dr. Fate. That's just awesome.
And you see the effort they put into that shit. Like, yo, you can tell, like, yeah, we've all seen that scene where, you know, like Hawkman opens his wings, but you can tell they took the design of Fate very seriously. He's one of these obscure characters that's obscenely respected by the fan base, the creators. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yo, he's a Lord of Order. Fuck.
Damn. But all right, but we'll see. Excited to see what comes of fucking this. All right, but we do have at least additional weird news. Speaking of weird stuff, about we're gonna be confused and they have to make it work with Black Adam. Is that we also got John Kent from Superman and Lois, the actor. He's like, I'm out. Like he quit. He had to stop being John Kent. So they recast the role of John Kent with some other actor. Yeah, but actually, what's kind of funny though, for those people who out there, go check this out. The new actor who plays the twin, right? His brother.
Yeah.
What's
Jordan?
his name? Jordan, exactly, Jordan. They actually look kind of the same. The new actor looks a little bit like him, which is like, oh, all right. Well, then that kind of.
Like, is he also blonde? Or are they going with like the blonde and brunette type of thing? Or...
No, I think they're both brunette now.
See, like that's just weird because for a second it kind of looked like John took after his grandfather because both the mom and the dad are brunette, but you could tell that like her father was a blonde, so it's like almost kind of like a recessive gene. You know what I mean? Like on some like actual family shit.
I guess.
Like. John Kent really looked like he took after his grandfather, which is how I took it. You know what I mean? Because he didn't look like either one of the parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't think they don't really look.
I mean, neither really do. Because Jordan Kent kind of looks like an ancient Roman boy.
I can see that.
With like the curls and the hair and the eyes and the lips. He's like,
and like a very white skin too. Like very like creamy white. I feel like you're right.
Like,
exactly. Like
like an emperor would have been fucking the shit out of him back in the Disney.
That's true. Exactly. And that's not exactly. That is historical facts, people out there.
Exactly. I'm not
being like exaggerated. That
is not being Chess.
These are historical facts. Yeah. But no. The new. You know, actually, fuck it. Like, what? Why not? The new kid. Look at him. That's him. That's a new actor.
That is. Come on. That's too different. That is too. Which, but mind you,
doesn't he look like he looks also like John?
No.
Kent,
I get that.
Right?
I get that.
Like
they should have started with him. They should have started with him. I don't even know why they like me seeing him. I don't know why they cast the original John Kent in the first place.
Ah man, but I like Jordan Elsas. That's the actor name. You know, I liked him. I really liked him as John Kent. It's gonna suck to see him.
No, he was good. He's a good actor. But that role is like, yo, listen, you're a dirty blonde. Both of your parents are brunettes. We're gonna make it. Hopefully, people think you took after your grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems super extra. They just could have hired the actual Jordan actor and this dude.
Right, because if they wouldn't be twins, then you would have immediately thought like Lois cheated on Superman.
Yeah,
Right? Like,
which is what it looks like.
because where the fuck did the blonde come from, right? Because like I guess maybe Sam Elaine is this little blonde.
Sam Lane is blonde, right? Like
Is he?
he's like I know he's not brunette for a fact. That Sam Lane, he's like a graying, dirty blonde.
We're talking about the actor or the guy in the comic books, or like the comic book character.
The character in the show.
In the show, the actor, right? So no, Dylan Walsh isn't. Well,
he's not brunette, bro. You crazy? He's not brunette.
He's brunette. All right, we're gonna do this again. He's fucking brunette. Come on.
No. That's young. That's him young, and also that's Dylan Walsh not in as. There you go. See, that's a little bit blonde. You know
no, that's brunette, bro.
All right, fine. Okay, exactly. So you.
So it makes no sense exactly. Then why was John Kent blonde?
We can collectively agree. Where the fuck was this kid blonde from? That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
What bothers me is they probably tried to dye his hair black, and they were like, no. That shit just looks.
It just looks weird. They're like, whatever. The kid's a good actor. Who cares, right?
Yeah, like the contracts were signed. Let's go with this blonde hair and this shitty Superman suit. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, but now we are getting the other piece of good news is we're getting a new updated Superman suit, which we're excited for.
Which is meh.
It looks better from a crappy photo too.
Okay. So it's better than the original crappy suit, but this also has its own inherent crappiness. It's weird, like, yo, why can't they haven't filmed the Cavill Superman's fucking movie in years. Give him that suit. Tailor that shit. I don't understand why he can't wear that. Is there some weird contractual shit where he can't wear that suit?
There has to be, bro. Come on, it has to be. I'm sure Zack Snyder or Warner Brothers as a whole owns the rights to that specific look. I don't think they can just go ahead and
or at least make a version of that. Don't go from the cheap Party City to the expensive Party City.
Exactly.
Because you know how there's different costumes at Party City, varying degrees,
right?
Depending on the price of the same shit. It's the abs look fake as fuck. You know what I mean? They fix a lot of things. Why couldn't they do what I wanted? Give him the same suit he had when he appeared in Supergirl.
Yeah, that was a little bit better.
Clasps, you know what I mean? And mind you, no one was talking shit about his suit when he appeared in Supergirl. Everyone was some people were wait, the clasp with the cape, which I thought looked hot because it's kind of Imperial on the low, but not really. Right. You know what I mean? And the House of L was up there on Krypton, so it makes some sense. But no one was complaining about the muscle mass in that suit. It worked. Where is that suit? Why can't he wear that? This is administrative waste at its finest. Somebody was yo, let's just use the old suit. Somebody was no. We got to hire some people to make a new suit, analyze the old one. You know what I mean? Get a proof of concept when there's so many routes they could have gone, and they still kind of fucked it up. This is how I feel. That absolutely stupid.
That's how you feel, yes. I think we got how you feel. I like the new suit a little bit. I think it looked cool in that crappy photo. I'm excited for it. So hopefully it'll look better on TV. But still, Superman and Lois is one of the great shows out there.
And I actually got to catch up because I kind of fell off after the whole, I fell off at the beginning of the Bizarro saga. When I saw Bizarro, and I'm not going to lie, for CW, those Bizarro aesthetic graphics look kind of shitty, but I accepted how they pulled off the concept. It was all right, CW, you're trying. This is the most you've tried since you gave us straight up Deathstroke.
Yeah. Yeah, but come on. For me, I think it's still CW. I always keep reminding myself, still CW, and also like the graphics have never really been very good in the CW. Like, come
No,
on.
no, no. You're absolutely right, but it's like, nah, man. You know what I mean? Like, yo, like if you want to shoot for the sky, you want to give us like a Deathstroke and like a Bizarro, like the tier B but uber powerful motherfuckers.
Right.
You got to try a little better.
Yeah, a little bit better. Yeah, that's a little bit better. All right, but at least all right. So that's the bunch of DC news that we've gotten. Most of it bad, right? Most of it just weird shit that's happening that we're like, all right, we'll see what fucking happens. But at least to wrap up, we did get some updates from Marvel from the D23 Expo, right?
Nice.
Not as much as we wanted. So a lot of people wanted to get the casting for Fantastic Four. They wanted an X-Men announcement, something like that. But no, some of the news that we got was one that they revealed who the Thunderbolts are going to be.
I
And
enjoyed that.
I didn't. I don't know. I think it's stupid.
What?
Look, it's all the Marvel movies have had the terrible they have the worst villains. They just have not really had very compelling.
Damn.
They haven't had compelling villains. Like we can really count the good villains in one hand, right? Like it's Thanos, Loki, if you count really Loki as a villain or not, and then Killmonger. They're really the best.
Hold
but
on.
like,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You better use that fourth finger and include John Walker. John Walker was pretty fucking compelling. The U.S. agent?
Oh, well, yes, yeah, all right. But he's not a villain per se.
Yes,
like, he wasn't.
What? Yes, he is a villain. And they even did the whole head chopping off thing.
Yeah.
How is he not a villain?
Well, because he's not doing it on purpose to conquer. Like it's like Punisher. Punisher's not a villain, right? Like he's a vigilante. Like
now we're dancing in a really crazy gray area because like all right.
Because all right, for instance, let's get into it because all the other Thunderbolts are all the remaining characters from all the other movies, which some of those are like okay. So apparently, like Thunderbolts, it seems it's going to be led by what's Florence Pugh's character?
Yelena Belova.
Yelena Belova. Right, exactly. So which I love her though. Like I'm excited to see her
Widow,
again.
as I like to call her.
No, but what's no, but it's just another. No, she has what's her name? Like it was.
No, I mean like if anything, she's the current Black Widow.
She's the current Black Widow, but though she had a name right in the comic, I forgot.
Did she?
Yeah. She did. No, she did. Oh, I gotta fucking look this up now.
The Dark Arachnid.
No, it had its own specific thing. Oh my god, this is gonna kill me if it doesn't pop up.
Which, mind you, I've never heard of the character of Yelena Belova until the MCU.
White Widow, yeah, White Widow.
Oh yeah, the White Widow. Yeah,
that's good.
The Dark Arachnid.
Yes. The Dark Arachnid. But we have, all the new people that, the other people. So we got her. We have basically her dad, right? From Black Widow 2, which is
the awesome, Russian Captain America.
Yeah, the Russian Captain America, which is what's his name? Halpert, right? Oh.
Yeah. No, that's
his name in Stranger Things.
That character's name is not Hopper.
David Halburn, no, something like that, right? Like,
yeah, the shitty Hellboy. Which have you ever seen that Hellboy movie?
I saw that Hellboy. I saw that. It wasn't good. It wasn't good for sure.
Yeah, I did not think that was mad misleading. I think we're gonna say like it wasn't that bad. You're like no, it wasn't. It wasn't good.
Because I wanted to say that because I wanted to say it wasn't that bad, but it was bad. But it wasn't. I think like that bad. Like I'll say this. I like Venom a lot less. Like I thought his Hellboy was way better than Venom 2 specifically.
All right. But when you defend the movie when it's not, and I quote, it's not what you just said. It's not that bad. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Just give it a 1 to 10.
Oh, all right. You're right. So that Hellboy, 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a 4, 5.
Okay, I'll rephrase that. 10 being Hellboy 2. 1 being like any superhero movie from the 70s.
All right, if 10 is Hellboy 2, I would say probably like a 6 then, like
Really?
yeah,
What
like
the
it's
fuck were you comparing it to when you gave it a 4?
well, like a 10, like a fucking like I don't know, like Spider-Man No Way Home or like Avengers Infinity War, like Captain America Civil War, like those kind of good
Wait.
movies.
I'm sorry. You don't put Hellboy 2 up there?
No, like
Hellboy 2
that.
was fucking amazing.
I'd have to rewatch it. I don't even remember shit of.
Yo, bro, you gotta rewatch that
But I'm
shit.
like, that's how good it was. I'm like, I don't remember shit. It's like, yeah, okay.
Good. Also, that was a long ass, bro. That was Guillermo del Toro. That was a long ass time ago too.
Yeah. That was my boy, mi paisano, Memo del Toro, a huevo,
Yeah.
cabrón. But anyway, so we got him in the Thunderbolts. We also have Ghost from Ant-Man,
Which is
the second movie.
That's trash because so not memorable
So not
at
memorable.
all.
I
Super
kind of
forgettable.
liked her powers. It's kind of cool, right? A little bit, but it's still like, yeah, very super fucking forgettable villain. Is like, I kind of hope that they pull her off, right? And we also obviously have
Taskmaster, who the way
Taskmaster.
they used Taskmaster was forgettable, but Taskmaster is actually a pretty epic fucking villain in the comic and hers in the movie, right?
Yes, exactly. So that's one of the things that's hard to feel, because right now so far, like the Black Widow, I like her. I really want to see her again. So I'm like, that's cool. But the other one so far is like, whatever. Like, yeah, like Taskmaster, cool. That is in the comic books it'd be really fucking cool. But the Taskmaster we've seen in the movies, like, I liked her fighting for sure, but like,
oh,
the character, I don't care. Like,
I'm calling it now. Lesbian relationship between Ghost and Taskmaster based on pain.
You know what? I have to probably agree with you there. That's
Calling
probably
it now.
They're probably gonna do that. Yep, they're probably gonna do that. And
like,
then
I'm hurt, you're hurt, we both suck. Let's make up.
The other people rounding out the last ones, we have U.S. Agent playing, which would, I think that'd be kind of interesting. And then obviously our boy Winter Soldier, which is obviously always great to see him. But
that one's odd though.
Right.
Like, that one's super odd because after seeing the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which, to be honest, that show was so long ago, and we've been blasted with so many Disney shows. I got to rewatch that.
Yeah.
Because like at the end, like he was at peace. He probably had some hardcore interracial sex with Falcon's sister, and like he seemed like he calmed down. But then, like, to join the Thunderbolts, knowing he knows who Madam Hydra is, so joining the Thunderbolts, like, that one caught me by surprise.
And so that begs the question, right, about like how are they gonna approach this with the Thunderbolts, right? Because in the comic books, right, especially the original comic books, when Thunderbolts first came out, it was all about random new superheroes that came to save the day, and then kind of trying to grow and become famous like the Avengers. When we end up finding out that in secret they're all actually supervillains dressed as superheroes, led by Baron Zemo. To like for some evil purposes. Here in this case, that's obviously not going to be the situation, right? Because we know all of them are not true. None of them are really true villains, like none of them. So they're not like pretending to be good for the sake of something bad. So probably what's going to be happening, something with Madame Hydra running them, like she's maybe using them for nefarious purposes without them really knowing. And they're probably going to have some Baron Zemo reveal, right? Kind of like how they did it in the comics. Like, he has to be in it somehow. Which is like, but it's like, I don't really fucking care, right? Like, they haven't sold me on any of this yet. Like,
they just said, we're doing this.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, like, who asked for this? Like,
no,
like,
but I mean, no.
I feel like they looked around and they saw all these leftover toys that nobody wants to play with, and then they're like, but we have to play with them because if not, we gotta let them go. And they're like, no, we can still play with them a little bit, no, and then so just puts them all together to be like, movie, look, yay, all right now.
Which I would agree if it wasn't for the fact that we've been seeing Elaine go around the MCU for all my fucking fans of Seinfeld out there, because if we haven't been seeing Elaine from the beginning going around and collecting everybody, and everyone said what if this is going to a Thunderbolts? So it's not like this is out of nowhere. This is one of the few times where every fan theory was right. Because everyone had the same thought. From the moment that we saw fucking Hydra in well, what's her name? Not Hydra, but
Madame Hydra. Madame Hydra in Black Widow or Winter Soldier.
No, I think the first person that she recruited was Ghost.
No, she wasn't there for Ghost. No, she
wasn't at the end.
No. I think she appeared for the first time in either Black Widow or the Captain America Winter Soldier show. Falcon Winter Soldier. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. You're right. She first appeared in Falcon Winter Soldier. But Falcon Winter Soldier. But I would have appreciated if she would have appeared in actually Ant-Man, because that would have made sense for adding Ghost. Because now that kind of feels like a filler when you.
That's like I'm telling you, they just saw all these leftover people that they're like, wait, who do we have around? Oh, all right, sure, let's just do this with them. And also, I don't know if I remember us saying like Thunderbolts though when we saw that she was appearing and recruiting people. I think it would have been more. I think maybe it would have been more like a Dark Avengers kind of thing, like more so than a Thunder. I don't know, but I don't fucking know.
Yeah, listen, I think I remember one of us saying Thunderbolts just based off the fact that like a Dark Avengers story would have almost been too epic to try to pull off.
Yeah.
But a Thunderbolts is more doable. But like I said, aside from Ghost, we've seen her recruit everyone. So like this has been like it was almost like a cheat trick they did. Because think about it, how much did it fucking cost to shoot those scenes with Elaine? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yes, I know her name is Luann Dreyfus.
But what? No, Julia Louis.
Julia Dreyfus, some shit.
Julia Louis Dreyfus, yeah.
But like, think about how cheap it was to like do all those after credit scenes. It was like super cheap. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yo, here, do this. It's leading this. If you think about it, it's one of the cheapest routes I think that Marvel has taken to set something up, because all those scenes were less than 5 minutes and they were heading this way.
Yeah,
but everyone knew where it was going. So, like, I'm actually excited for it. How they're going to pull it off, I think it's going what you said, where she's going to have a little bit of something on everyone.
I guess. Yeah, you're right. Kind of like maybe like a Suicide Squad kind of thing, but we'll see. I'm not very excited about it. I'm actually starting to become I think I've said this when we did our Moon Knight review before. And when we talked about Ms. Marvel, I'm getting a little bit kind of like fatigued from the Marvel movies, because now I think that it's everything in the shows. We'll talk about She-Hulk, which I'm fucking loving. Once it's over, we're gonna review it. But like I feel like everything's just like a recipe, and it's like I don't know. I'm not terribly excited. Because, like, for instance, now, we know the other news that they gave us in the T23 Expo is they gave us a trailer for Werewolf by Night, right? Yeah. Which was like, okay, I guess, kind of interesting. What did you watch the trailer, Chaz?
Yeah, I saw the trailer. The show was highly unexpected, especially since Werewolf by Night was the origin of publication-wise of Moon Knight.
Yeah.
But they gave us no Moon Knight. So I was like, what?
Yeah, and it's also like a character, like a guy becomes a werewolf, right? It's like, okay, like, and it looks interesting because like it gave me a little vibes, like it looks different, right? The trailer, at least the trailer was in black and white and kind of old-timey feeling, scary type of like those old horror type things, which is like, that's interesting. Apparently the Man-Thing is going to appear, which the Man-Thing is like the nexus of like universes, and he's like Marvel's Swamp Thing. So that,
which is crazy. Wait, he's the nexus of universes?
He's a nexus of universes.
But even that addition, one, makes it even more complicated. But two is like, so in DC, the Swamp Things are part of the Green, which we've discussed in like vast extent. But how is Man-Thing a nexus of universe? What?
Yeah, I actually should have done a little bit of background in this, because I don't know all of that part, right? Because it's also kind of similar to like a Swamp Thing, where it's like a biochemist named Theodore Ted Sallis, is working in the Everglades and like goes through this experiment and then becomes the man thing, right?
That is the literally same thing. That's not even similar. That is the same thing.
From Swamp Thing to Man Thing. Oh my god, man.
That is that's the same character.
Look, so Man Thing, I'm reading this off of Wikipedia. Thank you, Wikipedia. Man Thing possesses a variety of superhuman powers that combine interaction and scientific whatever, blah, blah, and the mystical energies of the nexus of all realities.
Nah.
What the fuck is that, man?
Nah, I don't. I'm good.
That's so, yeah. So that's what I mean. All right. So, but we're gonna see the nexus of all realities in fucking Werewolf by Night. I will say the one thing that I was a little bit very pleasantly surprised and excited about is that the main actor for Werewolf by Night is my boy, my paisano, Gael Garcia Bernal, who fucking love that actor. He's a great fucking actor. People might know him from like famous Mexican movies like Y Tu Mamá También, Motorcycle Diaries, and also Motorcycle Diaries. I don't know if that was a Mexican movie, actually. I don't remember. But in the US, he's done things like he had an Amazon show called Mozart in the Jungle or some shit. But he's an epic ass fucking actor.
A lot of you Mexicans just coming into comics, huh?
Yo, because yeah, you're right. We got Gael Garcia Bernal. We got Tenoch Huerta as Namor in Black Panther. That's
Blue
right.
Beetle.
No, he's not Mexican. The Blue Beetle, like
I thought he was Mexican.
The actor, no, bueno, I think he's Cholo Maridueña.
If that's not one of the most Mexican names I've ever heard in my entire life.
He's actually, we're all right. He's of Mexican, Cuban, and Ecuadorian descent.
See, look, I was like 1/3 right, 2/3 wrong. I'll take that.
Yeah. Anyway, but that's it. All right, so I'm gonna fucking watch it, of course, but then we'll see.
Yeah, that's gonna be weird as fuck. I feel like that's just a way to make up for that weird ass Universal Monsters universe that Tom Cruise tried to make and failed. Mm-hmm. They're like, yo, we got to do something with these properties. We got Dracula, fucking Frankenstein's wife laying around. What can we do with these old school monsters? Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, and apparently they want to come. Dracula might appear in the Blade movie, right, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, see, like they're starting to use the Universal monsters after Tom Cruise, which is one of the rare. This is how crazy that is. Tom Cruise failed. No one is talking about that.
Tom Cruise failed, but was this something he did already, or what was this?
No, that movie he made before Top Gun. What movie was it? It was some monster shit, like a mummy movie where it was supposed to lead to like a Universal Monsters universe.
What was that movie?
That's the thing. I'm just Google Tom Cruise Universal Monsters movie. And I think he did a remake of The Mummy Part 1. Like the Brendan Fraser old school franchise.
I think that all sounds familiar. Actually, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
That Mummy movie was supposed to be the beginning of a continuous universe of all the Universal monsters. And because it did so horribly at the box office, they were like, nah.
You're right. It was going to be called the Dark Universe. That's what it was going to call.
Yep. With like the old school Dracula with the dude with the slick back hair. Shout out to the throwback actor. I don't know who that is. But it's like that's what it was supposed to be. They were supposed to bring back all those properties. They were gonna remake all those movies: Frankenstein's monster, like the Bride of Frankenstein, all that crazy shit, Wolfman, all that crazy shit was gonna be remade. But because that movie flopped so bad, they were like, nah.
Yo, that all sounds kind of cool though. Like I like to watch that. Oh my god.
I just don't think that they should have gone the route of trying to remake Brendan Fraser's Mummy.
Oh my god, because it's from that it's from the I totally forgot. You're right, that Tom Cruise starred in the reboot of the Mummy movie in 2017.
Tom Cruise is the god of like, hey, don't remember that I failed. You know what I mean? Like just watch me say welcome to the movies on a plane with no hardness. Which I don't know if anybody saw that clip of Tom Cruise on fucking social media. Look that shit up. The man is a god.
Bro, yeah.
You don't even remember he failed.
Tom Cruise does amazing movies, dude. To be honest, like I love, he's always fun to watch. I'm like actually like to watch this movie just to get a kick out of it. All right, but let's here's some trivia, or like what do you think Rotten Tomatoes, the critics of Rotten Tomatoes, what was the rating they gave the movie 2017 with Tom Cruise?
The Mummy. 34%.
They gave it 15%. What do you think the fans gave it? So 25,000 people rated the movie. What do you think they gave the movie, The Mummy?
10%.
No, 35. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. You actually, you flipped them. Yeah. But still, like, wow, I think that's fucking unheard of. For like 25,000 people saw it, and still, most people were like, no, this was not good.
And the critic was like, nah, this was bad.
Yeah. All right, but then the last kind of bit of news that we got from Marvel that we're a little bit, kind of curious about, excited, is that they gave us some updates on Captain America 4, right? The New World Order that has Sam Wilson as Captain America fully. We have the guy from his show is gonna be the new Falcon, the Latino dude. I forgot what his name. And we
got Isaiah Wilson back. I think
that's gonna be dope. Exactly. And one of the biggest things that they told us, actually, the leader is gonna be the villain of the movie, and he's being played by the same actor who he played it in the first Hulk movie with the one with Edward Norton.
And that's a little weird. Not even the actor, because like I'll take that fine. I'll just ignore the concept. Like if he played the part good, fuck it, bring him back. Like we'll just pretend it's not like the universes aren't connected, even though that's supposed to be the same Hulk or whatever. So that means it's supposed to be the same leader, I guess.
No, because it is supposed to be the same Hulk. You're right. It is the same Hulk from like that. It is the same universe, and so which makes sense. So then because like in the movie The Hulk, that's when he kind of starts to become the leader. Samuel Stearns got exposed to, I think it's also the gamma radiation, but he becomes fucking a genius with a big ass fucking head, and he's one of the biggest villains against the Hulk. And so
that's what I was gonna say. It's like, that's a Hulk villain.
Yeah, right. So it's interesting, like, what's happening with that, right? Actually, all right, let's do this right now before we wrap up. I'm gonna put a fucking tinfoil hat on, okay? Because I think so. People have been rumoring that this may be connected in a way to like a World War Hulk kind of movie, which not World War Hulk. That's actually gonna be a little bit different. I mean, it was called World War Hulks, I think it was, where there was like a bunch of fucking Hulks running around. And we had the General Ross as the Red Hulk, and all these other people, Hulks. That I think this movie is either going to be that, or it's going to set that up, too, like where maybe Captain America's fighting a lot of fucking Hulks unleashed by the leader or something. And I think
wild.
And I think this connects, because I think the leader is a member of the Intelligentsia, which is like this like group of fucking crazy smart villains, like like MODOK,
like him and MODOK and like Zemo and shit.
Who we know the Intelligentsia has already been introduced in She-Hulk. In She-Hulk, they've been mentioning Intelligentsia, and then
where? And I've been watching She-Hulk.
They've said it in an episode or two or something, especially in the last one from this week. They mentioned it again too. So watch this week's episode. And we do know that part of the one episode in She-Hulk, they're trying to take her blood, right? So I think they'll take her blood, and it's going to create a bunch of more Hulks.
You know what? I'm not even going to argue that. That makes too much sense. That's wild. That's not even tinfoil hat. That shit is a conservative guesstimation.
That's exactly. That's just connecting the dots that are right there in the daylight in the big ass.
That sounds grounded as fuck. Like, to be honest, I don't even have a counterpoint for that.
Yeah,
that's wild.
So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the movie. I'll watch that shit.
Hell yeah, dude! Like, I'm gonna watch, especially since like they're placing a point in. The closer the movie gets, I guarantee that you're gonna see these comments go woke, go broke, just because the main characters aren't white, which I don't even understand that shit. Like, not that I don't understand why the main characters aren't white, but that I don't understand why people think when the character is non-white or when the character's a woman, like go woke, go broke. Like, how is diversity in the leading role woke? Like are other people that are non-white not allowed to be the leading character on adventures? Like, and I always enjoy it when in like the Instagram comments when you see like one person like who does like a reply to shit like that. It's like that's literally how it went in the comics.
Exactly, that's how it went. Like, I don't.
Because you know, like mad people, like when shit, it's Sam Wilson as Captain America, like go woke, go broke. Like no, it's supposed to be like fucking Steve Rogers. You had like the OG people going in like that's literally how it went.
Yeah, and even when that happened in the comic books, that also the comic book nerds, the hateful nerds were
the racist comic book.
The racists were like, fuck this wokeness in comic books, But then speaking of wokeness, the last bit of news to mention is actually something that I don't know if it's an attempt at being woke for Marvel, but it's blowing back very bad on them. Is that the other piece of news that they revealed is that they're gonna introduce Sabra, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, a superheroine of the comic books in the movie, which is very problematic because this is a very concerning. So Sabra in the comic books is an Israeli, specifically a Mossad, which is the secret spy agency from Israel.
Yeah.
She's a Mossad agent who's
the
a
CIA
superhero
of Israel.
Exactly, who's a superhero for them. Which one? And then in addition to that, also works for Israel to like, well, fuck the Palestinian people. And so it's like basically like standing their ground on like, I guess this is where Disney stands in the whole Israel Palestinian shit. Because the other problematic thing about it too is that Sabra is in addition to being the name of the character, and I think it also means something specifically in Hebrew. I don't know what, I don't remember what, but it's also the name of a massacre in Lebanon, where they killed a lot of Muslims. And so she's named after a massacre.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
She's a Mossad agent, that we know are incredibly problematic at about, fucking committing atrocities to Palestine. And so Marvel's like, we're gonna introduce her, yay!
And if in some weird way they thought they covered their asses by introducing Miss Marvel, like, bro, she's Indian, not the same thing as the Middle East. We still don't have a valid Middle Eastern character. But if Marvel, you see what I'm saying? This bullshit, like the meeting of the minds. They thought that before they introduced Sabra, if they introduced like an Indian character, that would cover them for the Middle East, which is like completely different. Like,
but she's not. Technically, she's not Indian though. She's not. She's Pakistani.
Well,
but like I think so. I feel like Pakistan is. Remember, we did see in the show the whole thing about when Pakistan had to be separated from India, and
so at one point it was part of India.
Yes,
and I'm sorry if I offended anybody, but you know what I mean. Like yada yada yada. But like it was a part of India, but we don't really have pre-Pakistan like an actual Indian, like not Indian, an actual like hero from the Middle East. Proper. Not saying that Pakistan is not part of the Middle East, but just saying that, you know what I mean? Like, it was originally part of India.
Oh, actually, Pakistan's technically I just Google. No, this gotta be right. Part of South Asia, Pakistan is generally considered to be geographically outside of what is known as the Middle East. Like, ooh, I guess
that's political.
But Wikipedia says the Middle East is a region commonly encompassing these are just large regions. Give me the country names. Oh, I don't know. Wikipedia is deciding to not give an answer about this.
You're just gonna Google like what are the countries in the Middle East? Straight up.
What are the countries?
Yeah, exactly. Like, and just see if we get a list. Because that's the one thing I noticed. Like it was all about how the split happened and how they were once part of India. But that's the thing.
All right. So countries in the Middle East per Google, using from sources from the web, we have Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Israel, Oman, Lebanon, Palestine, Tunisia. Oh, they even listed Palestine. That's actually pretty dope because a lot of maps don't include. Actually, I think if you go on Google Maps, there's no outline for Palestine in Israel. In that part, which is it's a big problematic thing. So that's pretty dope. This popped up. Palestine, then Tunisia, Afghanistan, Egypt, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Iraq, Yemen, Cyprus, Libya, Djibouti. Like there's fucking kids that were so immature. Iran, Jordan, Syria, Qatar, Turkey, Algeria, Morocco, and Mauritania. Oh yeah. So no. Excuse us. Excuse me for thinking Pakistan is within the Middle East, but no, it's not.
So the way that they chose to go with, let's introduce a hero from the country that disrupted all of that. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and let's choose. Woo! And it's also like, and it's not like they're choosing. I'm sure I can't think off the top of my head, but there might be other Jewish type superheroes, right? That they're not problematic, right? But they're like, no. Let's pick the one that was problematic in the 70s. That was like a Mossad agent named after a massacre. No, let's go with that one. That's gonna work in 2023 or whenever it comes out. Like, sure.
That pitch meeting was full of fucking retards. That's crazy. They just skipped out on all the nuance, all the research. It was like, hey, let's introduce this. Look at who we don't have to create that's already in our back pocket. They were like, yeah, sure, let's go for it. Nah.
and obviously they might just completely change her history, right? Who knows? They may, maybe they make her, she'll actually be Palestinian. Like, oh shit, that's gonna be that'd be crazy. But probably not. They probably won't go that fucking extreme.
Zero nuance.
I'm sure it'll just be like, what? I'm sure now they're probably thinking they're like, oh, good thing we told people about it because now we can think about how to fucking fix this, right?
Let's hope for the best.
Oh my god, man.
Fuck it, man. That's enough nonsense from the fucking world of comic books. We'll see what we come up with you guys soon. There's gonna be more shit on the way. We shall be back. We apologize for the massive break, but here we are.
Yeah, exactly. We miss you all. We're excited to be back, and we're gonna try to be doing this a lot more often. And so definitely keep reaching out to us in our social media, Legion on Zoom, on Twitter, Instagram. Email us legiononzoom@gmail.com with any suggestions, stuff like that. And we'll see you all soon.
Word. Deuces. This is Chaz.
This is Miguel. Peace. Bye.